Hello, this is Michael Stahl.
And Ryan Gallick.
We're co-founders of the Mental Hygiene Project. And what we'd like to share with you today are some practical tips and strategies around self-care in a time of crisis.
A crisis won't last forever, but your choices will. Choose to be healthy and stay healthy. Self-care isn't a selfish concept, but for some, it's a new concept.
There are 5 specific areas that we want to look at. We need to take care of ourselves physically, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, and behaviorally. First of all, physically. What we want to do if we're in quarantine or if we're working from home is make sure that we still exercise. Give ourselves 30 minutes a day of rigorous exercise. There are many apps that we can use. You can find online workouts or workouts on TV for stretching, for cardio, for core workouts, and 30 minutes a day of rigorous exercise to where you get your heart rate up and you get a little sweat going gives you an opportunity to release toxic chemicals in your body that cause stress.
The second is emotionally. Stay centered to your emotions during time of crisis. The best way to do this is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is focusing on purpose in the present moment. It's not looking back, it's not looking or projecting forward to what may happen, but just being more mindful to what's happening around you and being non-judgmental as you do so, because a crisis won't last forever.
Then spiritually. Whatever your personal faith or religious affiliation might be, this is a time that we need to come together and we need that spiritual center. Although many of the houses of worship are closed due to social distancing, you can still do worship online. There are some cases where people are doing small groups, even in someone's house, of less than 10 people. We want to make sure that you continue to have your spiritual center during this time of crisis because we all need that when we're going through such challenge. And then another thing, to Ryan's point about mindfulness, is also from a spiritual perspective, meditation is an incredible tool to help you be in the here and now, more concentrated and more focused, and to get more done in less time while focusing on the controllables and letting go of the uncontrollables.
The next is relationally and building relationships during this time. Isolation can be increased, which can increase depression, anxiety, and overall hardship for many. So stay connected. Stay connected through social media if you need to, possibly even being on Skype or doing FaceTime with family members. For those that live with their family members, ensure that you respect space during this time of quarantine.
Finally, behaviorally. Now, we just talked about focusing on the controllables and not the uncontrollables. Every day we get press briefings and you hear the same question over and over. When is this going to end? When are we going to get back to life as normal? Well, the answer to that question, unfortunately, right now is we don't know. So we want to focus on what we can control, let go of those uncontrollables, and we want to share with you a methodology called pause, breathe, smile. It only takes 51 seconds, and we want to make sure that we do it 5 times a day. And by the way, that's only 4 minutes and 25 seconds a day. So everybody has that amount of time to participate in pause, breathe, smile. First of all, if you can, you want to go outside, look at a tree, the grass, beautiful flowers, the sky. If you can't go outside, stay inside and focus on one point for 10 seconds. Sometimes our mind is going so fast. We're thinking of 15 different things at once. It's going like a buzzsaw. And yet for 10 seconds, relax and completely focus. Let your mind go to a state of calm. Next, you want to do 3 cycles of power breathing. And what that looks like is 4 seconds of inhaling through your nose, and 8 seconds of exhaling through your mouth. Now you may think, wow, that's a long time, and yet if you do it in a controlled fashion, it feels very calming. Many people like to close their eyes when they're doing this. So you breathe in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. Three cycles of that, and then you end with a great big smile when you open your eyes. A huge smile to the point where your eyes squint a little bit. And this is important because your brain doesn't know that it's a quote fake or forced smile. Your brain actually releases dopamine and serotonin, which are chemicals in your body that produce a feeling of well-being and pleasure. If we can do these techniques and focus on these areas for self-care, it will help all of us get through this in a much more positive way.
The way to shatter panic over pandemic is by building inner peace, and it begins with you. It starts with self-care, and it starts now.
This is Michael Stahl
And Ryan Gallick
from the Mental Hygiene Project. Have a great week.